This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. In other crime news, 3 young men, including a juvenile, are in police custody after they were found occupying a stolen vehicle and in possession of 2 firearms and ammunition. The 2 adult males, ages 25 and 24, along with the juvenile male, were arrested by police officers from Operation Ceasefire shortly after 2 p.m. on Monday. The officers were acting on intelligence when they observed a heavily tinted burgundy Nissan Cube taken in a recent armed robbery parked outside a shopping plaza in the Robinson Road area. As the officers approached the vehicle, 2 masked males, both of whom were rear seat passengers, exited the vehicle and were subsequently arrested. As the males were being arrested, the driver, a 24-year-old male of Ridgeland Park, who was presently being monitored for a homicide, sped off. This resulted in a short chase that ended near 3rd Street, Coconut Grove, after the driver crashed into a parked vehicle. A search of the burgundy Nissan Cube revealed 2 handguns and over 45 rounds of ammunition. Criminal investigators and anti-gang firearm task force continue their investigations into this matter in relation to other criminal matters. Meantime, a 32-year-old male of Chipping Hill Drive is in police custody. Officers believe he is responsible for robbing a female tourist of her handbag on Tuesday afternoon. What we can tell you is that sometime around 12:40 p.m. while on Montague Beach, a female tourist was robbed of her handbag by a slim-built male dressed in dark clothing wearing shades. Moments after the incident was reported, quick response by officers resulted in the suspect fitting this description being arrested in the area of Harbor Bay. The victim's handbag, which contained her identification along with an undisclosed amount of cash and other personal items, were recovered. Investigations into this matter continue as well. Following multiple vehicular armed robberies over the weekend, Chief Superintendent of Police Chrislyn Skipping says they have noticed that you're still sitting in your vehicles at night for an extended period of time.
And while they're seated in their vehicles, this is when suspects are approaching them armed with handguns, robbing them of their vehicles and of personal effects. I want to remind the Bahamian people that when you sit in your vehicle at night, you make yourself a target. It's what we call a crime of opportunity, because you're not aware of your surroundings, you don't know what's going on, you don't know who's going to approach you. So I want to encourage members of our community. The same safety measures that you exhibit when you travel abroad, practice those same safety measures here at home. And if you practice those safety measures, it would minimize you becoming a victim of crime.
She encourages residents to go into their homes or into your homes as quickly as possible once arriving home, especially after dark. Just this past Sunday around 12:30 a.m., a woman was robbed at gunpoint of her 2010 purple Nissan March in the area of Bellet Road. The second incident occurring about 30 minutes later in the area of St. Vincent Road, where a man was robbed of his burgundy Nissan Cube while sitting in his vehicle. As road works and paving projects are still underway here in the capital, Minister of Works and Utilities says, that's Alfred Sears, he says they are also happening in the Family Islands as well. He says there are massive paving programs on multiple islands as the government prepares for the country's 50th independence.
I just came from Crooked Island and Acklands and Long Key. On Crooked Island, we have a paving program. We have a massive paving program in Exuma. Also in Long Island, the contractor, I understand that the aggregate has arrived, and we are preparing another paving project in Long Island. There's also paving here in throughout New Providence, and we're preparing now for the 50th anniversary. So you will see the environs around Clifford Park. There will be substantial improvement to Clifford Park.
To assist the road team, the Ministry of Works has received industrial vehicles to continue the road projects. He goes on to say that along with paving the roads, the government is also looking at flood mitigation, which is a vital component of the country that is prone to heavy rainfall, particularly during hurricane season.
So we have teams which are clearing existing wells as well as drilling new wells. We have also introduced a number of features such as a WAPRO valve in those areas where you have seawater coming up from time to time. These valves will keep the seawater down and allow the rainwater to flow through. We're also drilling new wells because areas which are vulnerable have been identified, and we have contractors who are drilling those wells. We've purchased also a quantity of pumps machine so that in areas which may be challenged, we can address those areas by pumping the water out of the street or people's property and so on.
As for the future road projects, the minister goes on to say that they are preparing a public-private partnership with the Ministry of Finance for a major road project on the island of Eleuthera. And finally, the Minister of Works and Utilities, Alfred Sayers, recently led a delegation comprising of representatives from various government agencies and local government officials on Crooked Island and Acklands, where he reviewed public infrastructure and inspected road projects that are currently on the way there. Following a town hall meeting in Snug Corner, Acklands, the first stop on the two-day trip was North and South Long Key, where they viewed docks, government buildings previously used as a clinic, school, post office, and administrative office. Minister Sayers and the delegation of experts also visited the dilapidated public dock in Landrill Point, Crooked Island, and viewed a proposed site for a new dock on that island. The delegation included Bacchus Roll Parliamentary Secretary, Basil McIntosh, Member of Parliament for Michael, and David Cox, Senior Civil Engineer, among the others. Resilient, robust, and sustainable public infrastructure is a priority of the Davis administration. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thanks again for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.